next 60 minutes, we'll be getting you a roundup of all the top stories that we've been tracking all through the day. Our focus particularly on what's happening in the southern states. So let's begin by getting you a glimpse of what to expect in this edition of Super 6. We'll be focusing first on the big political showdown triggered by an invite being extended to Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin for the first ever Lord Ayyappa event, global conference that's being held. Guess who's the chief guest? It's the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister. An invite has been extended by the Kerala government that's not gone down well with the BJP, who've lashed out and questioned why someone who they call anti-Hindu has been named as the chief guest for this particular event. We're going to be putting the spotlight on this particular issue because it's triggered a massive polarizing fight. That's our top focus here on Super 6. Also coming up on the show, the Dharmasthala Truth Files. From day one, we've been tracking the story closely here on India Today. And now, with the complainant being arrested, being taken into custody, serious questions being asked on whether there was a conspiracy at play to target the temple administration. BJP MP Tejasvi Surya will be joining me live in this edition of Super 6 to take you through why the BJP is now pushing for a CBI investigation into this matter. That and much more coming your way. I'm Akshita Nandagopal. Here are the headlines first. Amit Shah tears into opposition over criminal Neta's bill, asserts will not allow running of government from jail. Home Minister Shah sticks to no bail, no office stamp. Says 30-day deadline will make the courts act faster.
अगर कभी जेल में जाना पड़े तो हम आराम से जेल से सरकार बनाएंगे, जेल को सीएम हाउस पीएम हाउस बनाएंगे, भारत सरकार के कैबिनेट सेक्रेटरी जेल से ऑर्डर लेंगे, भारत सरकार के गृह सचिव जेल से ऑर्डर लेंगे, इस तरह से देश चलेगा।
Amit Shah slams the opposition VP pick. Justice Reddy says outlawing Salva Judum shows his reality, claims Reddy snatched self-defense from tribals. Big revelation in the Delhi CM attack case. Police alleges Rajesh and friend Tehseen actually plotted a knife attack on Rekha Gupta. Attacker threw knife after seeing high security. Accomplice friend Tehseen also arrested now. Horrifying Noida dowry death numbs India. Was woman burned to death over Instagram reels. Sources say Vipin Bhati objected to wife Nikki's reels promoting her salon. Victim's in-laws sent to judicial custody now. TMC MLA arrested by ED for not cooperating in teachers' recruitment scam. Probe TMC MLA threw phones in a pond. Tried to flee by jumping over a wall when ED raided his residence. And Shuks gets a hero's welcome in Lucknow. Massive homecoming parade. UP government felicitates space hero Shubhanshu Shukla. And as promised, our top focus here on Super 6 is over the controversy playing out in both Kerala and Tamil Nadu. This over an invite extended by the Kerala government, the Pinarayi Vijayan government, to Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin for a global Ayyappa Sangamam, which will happen at Pampa in Kerala next month. Now, this is a first of its kind event. But why is there a controversy over an invite being extended to the Chief Minister of a neighbouring state? Well, the BJP essentially has lashed out at the Kerala government, saying and drawing an analogy, saying it's like inviting Hitler to an event about Jews, alleging essentially that Stalin is anti-Hindu and so he cannot be a part of this event. Let me just run you through all the reactions first in our report, and then we'll take this across to our panelists.
Massive row brews over the first ever global Ayyappa meet scheduled to be held at Pampa in Kerala on September 20th. Around 3,000 delegates from various countries, alongside union ministers and chief ministers from several states, will take part in the event that commemorates 75 years of the Travancore Devaswom Board, the autonomous body that handled temple administration. But the meet is clouded by a controversy. The Kerala government's invite to Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin as chief guest for the first ever global Ayyappa Sangamam has sparked a political row. State BJP chief Rajiv Chandrasekhar likened the move to Hitler celebrating Jews, accusing the left of abusing Sabarimala traditions and slamming Stalin's son over his remarks against Sanatan Dharma.
They repeatedly insult the Hindu sentiments, not only himself and his son. So how can he be invited and how can he accept? Because Pinarayi Vijayan may be ignorant about Stalin, but how can he accept? He is not accepting any Hindu faith festival in Tamil Nadu.
The attack by the BJP comes days after State Devaswom Minister formally invited Stalin to the event that will be inaugurated by Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan. Kerala Minister V. Sivankutty slammed BJP leaders over their remarks against Chief Minister Vijayan.
രാജീവ് ചന്ദ്രശേഖരൻ പറയുന്നത് അവരെ തടയുന്ന എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു രാജീവ് ചന്ദ്രശേഖരൻ സ്വപ്നം കണ്ടതായിരിക്കും. സ്വപ്നം കാണുന്നത് മാത്രമേ ഇത് പറയാൻ വേണ്ടി പറ്റുള്ളൂ. അല്ലാതെ യഥാർത്ഥത്തിൽ ഉള്ളവരുടെ മനസ്സിൽ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് പറയാൻ കഴിയും. കേരളത്തെ കുറിച്ച് രാജീവ് ചന്ദ്രശേഖരന് യഥാർത്ഥത്തിൽ ഒരു ചുക്കും അറിയില്ല.
DMK's organizational secretary TKS Ilangovan defended Chief Minister Stalin's participation.
They had invited, he will go. What is wrong in it? It is the Travancore's ceremony. It is not, he is not going with black dhoti and other things to pray, do pujas to Ayyappa. He is going for an event which is historically important. They should understand all these things. The BJP means a bunch of crooks. That much in every aspect they prove that we don't think anything. We have no thinking power.
The BJP has said that they'll protest and block the way of Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin if an apology is not tendered to the Hindu community. The left and the DMK government have strongly hit out saying that if anybody thinks they can block the way of Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, then they are only dreaming and Kerala will not stand by it. With video journalist Tinku Rashega, Shibimol KG for India Today from Thiruvananthapuram.
Okay, let's take this across to Shibimol, who's joining us live from Thiruvananthapuram. We also have Pramod Madhav from Chennai. Shibi, to you first on why the Kerala government has chosen to invite Chief Minister Stalin for this global Ayyappa event.
Akshita, they've not really given a particular reason as to why Tamil Nadu Chief Minister is being invited. What they've said is that we have many devotees visiting Sabarimala temple every year from states like Tamil Nadu. It's mostly from states like Tamil Nadu and Telangana and Andhra Pradesh that we have maximum, devotees visiting this temple. So this is as part of it, and also it's not just M.K. Stalin, but also union ministers from Kerala, other prominent ministers from each state has been invited, is what they have mentioned. So there's nothing peculiar about it. It's just that since the Kerala and Tamil Nadu share border and like a very close relations, it's part of it is what we are understanding. But if you look at it earlier, Kerala has invited Tamil Nadu Chief Minister mostly for political events like Vaikam Satyagraha, the remembrance of Vaikam Satyagraha. Those are the events where we see Chief Minister M.K. Stalin and Pinarayi Vijayan coming on the same stage together, to mark such events. But this is probably for the first time we are seeing them coming together for a temple event. And as we know in the background,
this is very clearly a religious event. And so I want to bring in Pramod Madhav also on this. Pramod, what's the thinking of the DMK on this? Is Chief Minister Stalin visiting it simply because the invite has come from the Kerala government? Because this is a religious event and you don't very often see the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister also participating in such religious events.
You're absolutely right, Akshita. But it seems like there's seem to be another narrative to it because as we spoke to senior DMK leaders, including TK Zulangovan, they are trying to clear the air, stating that this is actually an event celebrating the 75th Platinum Jubilee of Tiruvidankor Devaswom Board. We also have HRNC board in Tamil Nadu, which actually takes care of temples. So, in a manner, what's happening for the past 4 years is that any kind of event related to social justice or kind of temple entry or Tol Sile Polatam and such, Pinarayi Vijayan, the Chief Minister of Kerala, is being invited by the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, M.K. Stalin. And it looks like that kind of gratitude is also being extended over here where the Chief Minister has been called upon this. And the important aspect is that Dravidian movements and Periyar have played a very important role in temple entry in both states. In fact, Periyar is known for the Vaikam Poratam as well. So based on that, only such an invite has been extended is what DMK leaders are telling us, Akshita.
All right, Pramod, Shibi, thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. But let's open this up. Joining us here on Super 6 is Dharnidharan, spokesperson of the Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam. We have Mr. Narayanan Tirupati, State Vice President of the BJP Tamil Nadu, Rahul Ishwar, author and activist. Good evening. Thank you all very much for your time. Rahul Ishwar, I'd like to begin with you. As a devotee of Lord Ayyappa, what do you make of Chief Minister Stalin being invited as the chief guest?
First of all, Swami Sharanam, any kind of meet where more facility to Sabarimala is given is welcome. At the same point of time, Chief Minister Stalin's son, Udayanidhi Stalin, has made some very disparaging remarks about Sanatana Dharma and Hindu Dharma. That is on record. And Sri Pinarayi Vijayan has jailed many people. I was jailed 5 times. And for weeks, I was in jail. My grandmother was arrested. My mother was arrested. So devotees definitely have, beyond any politics, devotees definitely have an angst, a pain in their mind. So I hope Kerala Chief Minister will address it. And also Sri Stalin will address Udayanidhi Stalin's remarks too. Let me proudly say, Sri Stalin's wife, Durgama, gave crown worth lakhs of rupees to Guru Ayyappa. So we are respectful of their families' devotional culture. We respect that sentiments. At the same point of time, when somebody is abusing Sanatana Dharma, there is a pain in the heart of a devotee beyond BJP, Congress, DMK or ADMK. So naturally, a devotee may ask questions that may be taken up by many political parties. So be it. But devotees definitely have a right to know Sri Pinarayi Vijayan's and Thiru Stalin's position on Sanatana Dharma, Hinduism, Ayyappa and all.
Okay, so you're not okay. You're not okay with Chief Minister Stalin right now being invited?
I would say I'm a normal devotee. I'm an ordinary person on the road. But, millions of devotees like me have some kind of questions in our mind. Whether is it going to be a political meet? Is it going to be a spiritual meet? It should be a celebration of spirituality, culture and all. Rather than making it a celebration of spirituality, culture, Ayyappa, Vavar, Velita, our pluralism, our history, our culture, let it not be reduced to a political meet. I'm no one to say somebody should come or not. But as a devotee, I would want my questions to be clarified by the government when two chief ministers, two very honorable, powerful chief ministers of South Indian states are there.
So let's put that question across. Let's put that question across to Dharnidharan. Dharnidharan, I know this will quickly turn political, but before that, you've got this question being asked from Rahul Ishwar, who's a devotee of Lord Ayyappa, on what really Chief Minister Stalin's stand is on Sanatana Dharma.
Saying that is not relevant to this. No, the firstly and foremost, my chief minister has never been against any religion. Time and again has told in all the interviews that I am not against any spirituality, but just that I don't want to bring spirituality into politics. After MK Stalin has come to power, 4,000 crores worth of temple land has been recovered. He signed an order in increasing the pension for the temple priests. He also allocated money to renovation of temples and more so temples in Dalit colonies. And similarly, he also made sure that people of all castes can become priests, right? In fact, including Dalits and scheduled tribes and OBCs.
So you've listed all this. Dharnidharan, fair enough. You've listed this. But also let's talk about the comments that have been made by the Deputy Chief Minister, by Udayanidhi Stalin.
And again, no, I will come there. I'm coming there. So the previous question also is that who is that who's going to represent Hinduism? Is it given BJP or an individual to represent Hinduism? Hinduism is a unique religion, which is a way of life. Right? Who is going to represent it? If let's
Maybe
say
someone who believes in the religion, someone who believes in Sanatana Dharma.
But the whole point is that is unique thing about Hinduism. There is no one set principle like you have an Abrahamic religion in Hinduism, right? It's a way of life. It's not a monotheistic religion. It's a polytheistic religion, right? And who will determine that who should attend, who should not attend? It is an event organized by Global Ayyappa Sangamam right? Sorry, this is an event organized by Kerala government and Travancore Devaswom Board celebrating Global Ayyappa Sangamam, where devotees of Ayyappa are coming. And it's a cultural and spiritual event for which the neighboring chief minister, who's in a very good relationship with the current Kerala government, and has been invited. I think ministers from Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and Karnataka also been invited because southern states attract the largest number of devotees to this event. So, as leaders representing these people, they are going. What is the controversy here? And again, time and again, Sanatan Dharma has been explained, right? We are only against the aspects, right, in Sanatan Dharma, which creates discrimination among people. Writer Jayamohan, you know him very well, has also quoted Purananuru to say 2,200 years back in Purananuru, things against Sanatan Dharma, discriminatory nature of Sanatan Dharma has been mentioned and has not been accepted. So it is not the DMK is telling it today or Justice Party started in 1910s. 2,200 years back, Purananuru, there are references that to discriminate people based on birth should not be accepted. And quotes on the Sanatan Dharma has been made reference to it. And only Sanatan Dharma is not Hinduism. It is one form of Hinduism. To say every Hindu should follow one codified rule is not Hinduism at all.
Okay, Narayanan Tirupati, your opening comments on this. Dharan is saying, who is the gatekeeper here? Who decides it's okay for one person to be a part of this event and not another?
The devotees will decide, they should decide, and not the Chief Minister of Kerala, because Mr. E.V. Ramaswamy Nayakar, who was the mentor, who is the god for Mr. M.K. Stalin, had described the Ayyappa devotees as agents of filth and disease. This is what EVR had described the Ayyappa devotees. And they had also said, yes, Periyar, yes, they call him as Periyar, who is, according to us, is Syriac. Okay. So he had very, very clearly said that, Ayyappa was born of a man with another man. This is what EVR and the entire Dravida Kadagam, the parent organization of DMK, even today they say like that. So, see, okay, it is Ivera or Dravida Kadagam, whatever it is. I need only one thing. Mr. Stalin should apologize for what EVR had said, and he should also distance from what the Dravida Kadagam says, and he should apologize for DMK, for his son, Mr. Udayanidhi Stalin, who had said that I will eradicate Sanatana Dharma, which is the base root for Ayyappa. So, all these three things, Mr. Stalin has to accept. See, for going to Sabarimala temple, there is a purest way. You have to fast, you have to wear this mala, and you have to, fully devote your
he's not going to Sabarimala.
I will tell you what. You are addressing the Sabarimala devotees. What is this? I am asking, Mr. Stalin at least should say that Ivera was wrong, his son was wrong, and his parent organizations are wrong. Then only he should go. Otherwise, there is no point of Mr. Stalin going there. Very simple.
Dharnidharan, your response to this, the kind of comments that Periyar had made about Lord Ayyappa, devotees will find offensive. So is that something that Chief Minister Stalin will say we don't believe in when he goes for a Lord Ayyappa Sangamam?
Yeah, I think the history has been distorted. DMK's breakaway faction, Arinyar Anna broke away along with Kalaignar and several others and started DMK. And DMK made a clear distinction. Oruvane Kulam, Oruvane Devam, which means there is one God. That is, distinction should not be made between religions. We all live in religious harmony. Arinyar Anna made this, and Tamil Nadu population in DMK, one election in 1967 was 90% Hindus, right? So, which means it is the Hindus who have elected the DMK government. And even this time, it is the same Hindus, devotees, who have elected the DMK government in Tamil Nadu.
Sure,
right,
there is no question about that. But Dharnidharan, answer my question, please. Do you condemn those kind of words that were used by Periyar or no?
See, in the context, when Periyar made those
remarks,
you have to look at his complete reading and look into the context.
What is this?
By the discriminatory nature prevailing then, right?
No. He has called Ayyappa.
No, you can reply.
He has called Ayyappa for born with a man for a man. What is this?
No. Can I reply? No.
Go ahead.
He can reply back to me. He was appalled by the discriminatory practices prevailing at the day and age. In fact, one of the books he wrote, "Why Did Women Get Enslaved? Politics or Religion Apart," is, I think, even one of the profound feminist writers of the back in the day in Western world also have not been that radical as Periyar. Why women become enslaved? He wanted a liberal world where everyone.
Akshita.
Why women become enslaved? If you read,
No,
you
but then
understand.
my understanding is you're justifying it.
I am not. I am trying to explain the context. In that context,
What context?
he felt that lot of
Why did he say that
superstitious practices
the devotees
are taking people behind?
are agents
Lot
of
of
filth and
superstitious
disease?
practices are taking people behind.
No,
And in that context, he wanted.
Okay, Mr.
to create
Narayan
a
and Tirupati, your
scientific
question
society.
quickly so that I can take this across once again.
No,
Your
I am
question
asking
quickly.
him very, very clear. Is Mr. Stalin going to the agents of filth and disease? Is Mr. Stalin going to a temple which deity is born of a man with a man? Will Stalin say that Mr. Rivera was wrong? Will he accept that what he had said, whatever context may be, will he accept he was wrong? If he apologizes, there is no issue. And he should also openly apologize that what his son, Udayanidhi Stalin, said that a Hindu, Sanatana Dharma should be eradicated is wrong, and he should apologize.
Before I give Dharnidharan a chance to respond, Rahul Ishwar wants to come in, and I suspect that's a question for Dharnidharan as well. So Rahul, go ahead.
Audible. There has been problems. As a person from Brahmin community, I apologize and I acknowledge the historical wrongs that has been done. So it is definitely there. Casteism was there. When Swami Vivekananda came to our land, he called us lunatics, and the place we as a lunatic asylum because of the casteist practices. People like Mahatma Gandhi respected Periyar. But is DMK ready to turn a new leaf? Is the Dravidian movement ready to turn a new leaf? Dravidian movement even had, you will be surprised to know, once Periyar said, if you see a snake and a Brahmin, kill the Brahmin first before killing the snake. Maybe he said it out of outrage. I understand the historical context. But, we are ready to reconcile. But the point is the Dravidian movement ready to do? Is Udayanidhi Stalin still continuing to do it? And please remember, people like Nehruji, I have people not from BJP, people like Nehruji said harsh things about Periyar. Nehruji even said Periyar should be jailed. I mean, I never say that Periyar is a social reformer. But having said that, Tirupati Narayan sir will know Nehruji had very, very harsh words for Periyar. The question is, believers are always ready for reconciliation. But is the Dravidian movement ready for reconciliation?
So reconciliation, Dharnidharan, is that something that the DMK is willing to do? Look, it's quite simple. Dharnidharan, when you were responding to questions earlier, you said that this is a Sangamam where you're seeing devotees of Lord Ayyappa coming together. So then the question that will be asked is, as chief guest to this event, is Mr. Stalin himself a devotee of Lord Ayyappa?
See, one need not be a believer to appreciate, to speak to the believers, no? That is the point number one. And the point number two is, Hindus have elected this chief minister. Has Hindus in Tamil Nadu elected the BJP government? No. And has my chief minister, since 21, when he became chief minister, has he spoken anything against any religion? You can every day find the BJP leaders using religion, speaking against one religion or the other. Has my leader ever?
No, but he's watched by silently. Dharnidharan, multiple voices have condemned what his son has said, and yet Mr. Stalin hasn't. He's not condemned what Udayanidhi Stalin said.
I have come to your debate also on that matter. I have also written editorials on that matter. It is clearly said, we are speaking, when we speak against Sanatana Dharma, we are speaking of aspects that are discriminatory, and that discriminates Hindus. It was only spoken for the benefit of the Hindus. The former president of the country, Ramnath Kovind, was not allowed into Puri temple in Orissa. Can we deny?
No, it was wrong.
No, so that's the reconciliation. That's the reconciliation that Rahul Ishwar is talking about. I've run out of time.
Because we've been taking into Hindus for long. In fact, in 1980,
I've run out of time, gentlemen. I'm having to wrap this up right now. Thank you very much, Dharnidharan, Narayan and Tirupati and Rahul Ishwar, for your time. Let's cut across right now to more breaking news that's coming in. Prime Minister Modi, currently in Ahmedabad, has in fact led a massive roadshow. We're cutting across to those images right now. He's on a 2-day visit to Gujarat beginning today and is set to lay the foundation stone of development projects worth over 5,400 crores. These are the images from just a while ago of the crowds who've gathered in large numbers on the streets of Ahmedabad to greet Prime Minister Modi. And the Prime Minister indulging every single one of them, as you can see, driving by slowly, waving to the crowds, thanking them for that massive welcome. Let's move on to more breaking news that's coming in. Now a showdown between the BJP and the VCK, an ally of the DMK. And that's because a VCK leader has been caught on camera blaming Brahmins for honor killing, suggesting that it was Lord Ram who'd first resorted to honor killing. So the VCK is saying that the Ramayana encourages honor killings. This has led to a big political fight with the BJP now hitting out at the VCK over this. Listen in to exactly what that VCK leader has said, an ally of the DMK that's led to the showdown.
சாதி மாறி திருமணம் செய்தாலோ அல்லது சாதி மாறி இந்த மாதிரி தவம் செய்தாலோ படுகொலை செய்ய வேண்டும் என்று ராமாயணத்தில் சொல்லப்பட்டிருக்கின்றது. இந்து தர்மம் அதுதான் சனாதனம். இந்து மதத்தில் இருக்கின்ற அந்த வர்ணாசிரமத்தை பாதுகாக்க வேண்டும் என்பதுதான் ராமாயணத்தினுடைய கதை. அந்த ராமாயணத்தினுடைய துணைக்கதை தான் மகாபாரதம். அதுதான் 4 வர்ணங்களை நானே படைத்தேன் என்று பரமாத்மா மூல கிருஷ்ண பரமாத்மா மூல சொல்லப்பட்டது. இந்த 2 கதைகளையும் வைத்துக் கொண்டுதான் இன்றைக்கு இந்த படுகொலைகளை நியாயப்படுத்தி வருகிறார்கள். இந்து மதத்தில் சாதி மாறி திருமணம் செய்தால் படுகொலை செய்ய வேண்டும் என்று ராமன் சொல்லியிருக்கின்றான். ஆகவே இந்த படுகொலை செய்கிறோம். இது காலங்காலமாக சொல்லப்பட்ட கதை. இந்த கோட்பாட்டை வர்ணாசிரமத்தை பாதுகாக்க வேண்டும். இது அவருடைய நுட்பமான அரசியல்.
Superstar actor and politician Vijay now has taken to social media to hail DMTK chief Captain Vijay Kant on his birth anniversary. Now, Vijay essentially seems to be sending out one message after another of how he's trying to emulate Captain's success. Remember, Vijay Kant was the DMTK chief and when he entered politics, transitioning from an actor to politician did initially taste success by having, of course, a huge dent as far as vote share goes in his first 2 elections. Now, after his Madurai rally, where Vijay did make a mention of Vijay Kant again today, Vijay has taken to social media to refer to Captain Vijay Kant as a revolutionary, saying he will remember him forever.
நான் இந்த மண்ணில் கால் எடுத்து வச்ச உடனே ஒரே ஒருத்தரை பற்றி தான் மனசுக்குள்ள ஓடிக்கிட்டே இருந்தது. அவர் யாருன்னு உங்களுக்கும் தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். சினிமானாலும் சரி, அரசியல்னாலும் சரி, நமக்கு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப பிடிச்சது புரட்சி தலைவர் எம்ஜிஆர் அவர்கள் தான். அவரோட பழகிறதுக்கு எனக்கு வாய்ப்பு கிடைக்கல. ஆனா அவரை மாதிரியே குணம் கொண்ட என்னுடைய அண்ணன் புரட்சி கலைஞர் கேப்டன் விஜயகாந்த் அவர்களோட பழகிறதுக்கு எனக்கு நிறையவே வாய்ப்பு கிடைச்சது.
All right, let's move on and get you details of the Dharmasthala controversy. Over the weekend, this special investigative team that was actually looking into these mass burial claims went ahead and arrested the complainant, who was referred to as the whistleblower repeatedly. It's escalated after that into a political war of words. The BJP now demanding that there be an NIA-CBI investigation instead of the SIT probing the case. This even as the state government has made it very clear there will be no NIA probe. Now, the BJP has said that they will go on a massive yatra starting September 1st, a statewide protest called Dharmasthala Chalo, demanding that the case be handed over to a central agency because they say we have no faith whatsoever in a state agency, in the SIT. But the Karnataka Home Minister has defended the state government, saying very clearly that the SIT is capable of finding out the truth. Let's get you all of the reactions.
BJP stand is very clear. Today, Siddaramaiah government stands exposed in the Dharmasthala episode because of the pressure exerted by the communist organization. Siddaramaiah ordered SIT. Today, everything stands exposed. Chief Minister, because of his decisions, because of his conspirators, no action has been taken against the conspirators. Now the state government stands exposed. Siddaramaiah government should take action against those conspirators who carried out false propaganda.
And joining me here on India Today is Member of Parliament from the Bharatiya Janata Party representing the Bangalore South constituency, Tejasvi Surya, joins us on all the developments that have taken place in Dharmasthala. First of all, Namaskara Tejasvi, thank you very much for your time and for joining us here on India Today. What do you make of the developments that have happened in the last 48 hours, which have led to the arrest now of the complainant who was being referred to as the whistleblower right up until now?
Good evening, Akshita. The drama that has played out over the last few weeks in Karnataka and has, of course, captured the national attention is worthy of being seen from a deeper lens. Because this is a very well orchestrated, a very well scripted, malicious conspiracy that was detailed so well that even the best of the well-wishers of the institution at one point of time felt, wow, can there be a modicum of truth to these ludicrous allegations being made? This was how well planned this entire malicious propaganda was. But specifically, Akshita, whether it was the creation of this whistleblower and then this whistleblower coming out with this human skull, God knows from where he exhumed it. Investigation should be conducted to answer that question also. Then an entire ecosystem of local YouTube channels to national portals with certain agendas to even the likes of BBC sending their special reporters to cover these news. A posse of senior advocates, lawyers who charge 5 to 6 lakh rupees per hearing, all of them in support of this so-called sanitary worker. Who is funding them? Who was orchestrating this? Who has scripted this? From where did the money come? And from this masked man to BBC, what is the whole ecosystem link? And a fictitious woman was created. And a fictitious girl child for that woman was created. She was raped. And evidences were, placed. Photographs were fabricated. An entire FIR was, based on this. The state government hurriedly, without even preliminary inquiry as to the credentials of the allegations or the person making the allegation, constitutes an SIT. The SIT spends close to 25 lakh rupees per day public expenses, goes about exhuming, or digging their own grave in this case today, but, in the pretext of digging graves, not once, not twice, but for 16 full days. And it is only after the completion of the 16 full days, when nothing whatsoever remotely substantiating those allegations were made out, then the same SIT is now trying to arrest the so-called whistleblower who is now an accused.
But
I have 5 specific questions, Akshita, to the Chief Minister.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, so I wanted to also put the focus on the state government here. You asked these questions of the state government's investigation. Many would say and argue that, look, the state government has been very fair with how they've handled this. These were allegations, I'm sure you'd agree with me, which were very, very serious in nature, Tejasvi, and surely it merited an investigation.
Well, first of all, the BJP's official position and any reasonable person's position, even to, even up to the last 2 days, has been very reasonable, that we welcome the formation of the SIT and we wanted to uncover the truth. But the question is, why did the state government so hurriedly and with so much of urgency constitute this SIT, when on the first and the second day the Chief Minister himself had said that can we constitute an SIT just because an unnamed individual will come and request for something like this? What changed from that first statement of the CM to the CM hurriedly and very enthusiastically constituting the SIT?
But there was political pressure. There was a lot of media attention.
Allegations, no doubt. But weren't these allegations... No, hang on. That is exactly where I want to come, Akshita. Now, you may say that these allegations were serious. But on the other hand, would you also not want to say or examine the ridiculousness or the impossibility, unreasonableness of these allegations? Thousands of murders, of thousands of women, all raped, all buried in the same 16-kilometer vicinity. And all of these bodies disposed in the same method. What? The same one person, this so-called unmasked sanitary worker, this person was tasked to dispose of these bodies. And this has been done over 8 years, 10 years. So an industrial scale murder takes place and one person is tasked with burying these bodies, and he says not a second person is aware. This guy, like Vikram Betal, goes every single night, digs graves, dumps these bodies, covers them and comes back and reports to the work next day and asks for a second body. Now, if somebody is making such a serious allegation, and especially somebody comes with a human skull and says this is one of these bodies, would you, as a reasonable thinking person, if you were a law investigating officer, law enforcement officer, would you not first verify the credentials of this person? 2, would you not want to know whose skull is he carrying around? Does this belong to one of these so-called people? Could the investigation not have started from there? And I am told very reliably that a few very senior police officers in fact advised the government to actually conduct a preliminary investigation, a verification of the credentials of the person making these allegations. But their opinions, their opinions was sent to the dustbin. The chief minister on the first day, you go back, you have those records. The chief minister, when the allegations were made, goes on record and says that if somebody comes and asks for a SIT, can it be constituted? Within 24 hours, he changes tax and SIT is constituted.
Okay, so you're questioning why an SIT was done. But my question, Tejasvi, is
one second. We are not questioning why the Akshita, let me make it clear. We are not questioning why the SIT was done. The first question to the CM is, why was not even a preliminary investigation carried out before an SIT was done? Would you have constituted an SIT similarly with such enthusiasm and urgency if such allegations was made by a masked, unnamed individual with no credentials against a non-Hindu institution? 2, over the last 2 days, we are hearing that certain particular leaders from Delhi gave specific instructions to the state government to constitute the SIT.
No,
and it was only after these instructions came from Delhi that the SIT was constituted. It is for the chief minister, and it is more particularly for the deputy chief minister to answer, because he himself came out on record and said this is a conspiracy. Who gave these instructions from Delhi? And I also want to make this a larger debate. In this very assembly session, the state government has tried to bring 2 legislations. One, in the pretext of curbing hate speech, they have brought a freedom, hate speech legislation, legislation to curb hate speech. By the legislation and its text reeks of, targeting the majority community. They have also constituted an anti-communal task force. Again, purportedly a very sane, very secular name, but again to target Hindu activists in the coastal regions of Karnataka. Third, at the very instance of the chief minister, the chief minister's own admission, upon Rahul Gandhi's insistence, the state government drafted the Rohit Vemula bill. If you have access to the draft of the bill and go through it, you will know that it is nothing but a draconian bill aimed at pitting one Hindu from one caste against another.
So you're
It was done
suggesting
at the
that the government is
insistence of
going
Rahul
after
Gandhi.
Hindus, going
Rahul
after
Gandhi
Hindu
writes a letter.
institutions.
No, 1 second. My question is, and today, the Chief Minister has also a couple of days ago announced that writer Banu Mushtaq, who has in multiple occasions criticized Kannada language worship in our cultural contexts, the Arishina Kunkuma, the flag, the comparison to Thai Bhuvaneshwari, and she has criticized all of these things. The same very person is now being selected as the chief guest to conduct the inaugural prayers for Chamundi festival, the Dasara festival. Connect all of these things.
Okay,
I want to
point
ask
taken.
through
But
you to the
Tejasvi, I
Chief
want to
Minister,
ask you also.
would he have shown the same alacrity, urgency?
Okay, but I also want to
ahead,
ask you, it's the same government, the same SIT that's now arrested the complainant, that's now arrested this alleged whistleblower. So if there is a conspiracy, they are unmasking it.
This is the least they could do to save their face, Akshita. The kind of anger that people in Karnataka, the Dharmasthala institution is one of the most revered institutions of the Hindus in Karnataka. People, especially belonging to the poorest of the poor sects, especially from the northern and the Kalyana Karnataka regions, travel days together to just get one small glimpse of Dharmasthala Manjunatha. It is just like Tirupati Balaji in Andhra Pradesh. This is in the coastal part of Karnataka. An attack of this nature, where the fingerprints, or rather I would say the enthusiastic participation of the state government and the Congress party was so visible, the least they are doing is this face saving. But this is where I have a problem. This SIT was precisely the result of this conspiracy. The SIT was constituted with the objective of destabilizing and bringing infamy to the Dharmasthala institution. Now, can this very SIT, which is a result of a conspiracy, be tasked or entrusted with the responsibility of unraveling or exposing the conspirators? Which is why we are making the demand that a CBI investigation must be made into this. And not just with those actors who are mere pawns in this entire orchestra. The masked man and 4 or 5 of his handlers who you saw on a few YouTube channels and television channels, these guys are just pawns. The handlers, the orchestrators, the funders, the ones who actually created this narrative and took it all around the world. From Al Jazeera to BBC.
So you're suggesting essentially
44,000 plus YouTube links and channels everywhere.
So you're suggesting this isn't a one person, this isn't one man who's speaking out. And you want now not the SIT to investigate, but the CBI to investigate. So far, the government has said they will not do that.
It is our demand that the CBI should.
The CBI should investigate. Thank you very much,
Akshita, my only question to the CM and the state government is this.
Quickly, please.
Give me 30 seconds, Akshita, please. If the state government does not have anything to hide, if the state government wants to clear the air to the people of Karnataka that they are not fellow co-conspirators in this entire conspiracy to defame a Hindu institution, then why should they fear a CBI inquiry? It is very clear that the jurisdiction is much beyond Karnataka, that the actors involved here are much beyond the jurisdiction of Karnataka. Then why do you hesitate to give it to the CBI? Last year, the state government has withdrawn the general consent for CBI under the Delhi Special Establishment Act, the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act. Therefore, the state government needs to give permission before the CBI can actually take over this case. It is now the litmus test for the Chief Minister.
So far the government has said,
and prove that you are of a clear conscience.
The government so far has said they will not do it
as a co-conspirator in this conspiracy.
But we'll leave it at that. Tejasvi Surya, thank you very much for joining us here on India Today. The BJP putting forth several questions there to the Siddaramaiah government. All right, let's move on now and get you details of a truly horrifying story that's come in from Mysuru in Karnataka, where a woman has been murdered allegedly by her lover over an illicit affair. And how did he do this? The accused stuffed explosives in the form of a chemical powder in her mouth. Her face was blown up as a result. A gruesome crime that's taken place in Mysuru. Extremely disturbing images that are coming in. So we will urge viewer discretion also for the footage and the details that we're about to give you. This incident took place in Mysuru. The victim was married but allegedly was in an illicit relationship with another man. Now, the accused claims that this was a blast which took place because of a mobile phone. But he was caught fleeing. He has now been taken into custody. All right, as I wrap up this edition of Super 6, I'm leaving you with a report on Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla, returning back home to Lucknow to a rather emotional homecoming with his family. Fans lined up to accord the second Indian in space to celebrate him. And the UP government laid out a red carpet for the space hero as well. I'm leaving you with this report of some of those highlights of the celebration.
The second Indian in space received a hero's welcome in his home state. It was Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla's date with his home city, Lucknow. Students enchanted his name, many openly expressing their desire to emulate his space fate, many dressed in astronaut attire. Shubhanshu Shukla was in for an emotional homecoming after his successful and historic mission to the International Space Station. The Yogi government laid out the red carpet. Chief Minister Yogi warmly welcomed Shuks with a heartfelt gesture.
अंतरिक्ष में जब वो रिसर्च करके लौट रहे थे तो उस क्षण का इंतजार लखनऊवासी बड़े लंबे समय से कर रहे थे। आज वो क्षण आया, हम सब ने आदरणीय शुभांशु शुक्ला जी का हृदय की गहराइयों से स्वागत किया है।
बहुत ही गर्व का विषय है कि आज हमारे भारत का नाम, न सिर्फ भारत का नाम, हमारे लखनऊ का नाम रोशन किया है।
आज राष्ट्र प्रतीक बन गए हैं शुभांशु शुक्ला, जो लखनऊ का गौरव बढ़ाया उन्होंने पूरे विश्व में।
An emotional mother and family embraced Shukla. His proud family can't stop gushing about him.
This is one of the incredible moment of people waiting in Lucknow, and morning से जो है it was like chaos across. And हम लोग जब रास्ते में आ रहे थे तो सारा प्यार देखने को मिल रहा था।
छोटे छोटे बच्चे स्वागत कर रहे हैं, शुक्स भैया कर रहे हैं, वो कैसा एक मोमेंट।
एक्चुअली उसी के लिए शुभांशु आया है यहाँ पे, क्योंकि बेसिकली उसको आगे आने वाली जनरेशन को ही मोटिवेट करना है।
Space enthusiasts, students and admirers from all walks of life assembled to welcome their true hero, waving tricolors.
Before coming here, I had to catch an early morning flight. I woke up at 4. I had an engagement yesterday, was able to sleep at around 12. I was very tired sitting in the flight. And then I saw you kids on the road, on the streets. I was told you were there since 7:30 in the morning. I saw you sweating. I saw you smiling. I saw you so excited. And all my tiredness, it just went away. I think you were qualified enough to join ISRO immediately after this.
Captain Shuks also encouraged the young space dreamers.
In my experience that I've had in the past 5 years of training and last 1 year flying to the International Space Station and coming back and looking at how this entire landscape is changing, I think the future is extremely bright. We are at the right time. The right opportunities are existing. The question that I was asked was, in each of these interactions, how do I become an astronaut? And I think that speaks volumes of where your mind is going. Please aspire. We have a great vision and ambition to land on the moon by 2040. And it would be one of you probably who will be setting foot there.
In June, Shubhanshu became the first Indian to reach the International Space Station. His 18-day mission, packed with experiments led by ISRO, is a massive boost to India's manned space flight, the Gaganyaan mission. Shuks for his family and billions of fans, Shubhanshu will however be barred from visiting his home for security reasons. With Samat Shivastav in Lucknow, Bureau Report, India Today.
Moto G96 5G. All eyes on you.